right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's Community Education Council for District 25 Candidate Forum. My name is Cecilia Venosta Weigel, and I am a member of the elections team at the Division of Family and Community Empowerment, and I will be your co-producer for this virtual candidate forum. It is important that all of our families are able to participate tonight. We're very grateful to the interpreters who are with us tonight on a separate line. I know Learning Times is working on that, so thank you so much. We will be putting information in the chat. We will now announce instructions in Spanish, Mandarin, and Cantonese for attendees who may wish to dial into the interpretation lines at this time. Can you please provide the instructions in Spanish, interpreters? You're muted if you're talking.
Yes. Para aquellas personas que necesitan las instrucciones en español, la interpretación en español, por favor, desde un número de teléfono celular o diferente al cual están utilizando, pueden llamar al 888-475-4499 y luego con el número de identificación 849-6689-8804, signo de número. También este número está disponible en el chat. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Andre. Now to the Mandarin interpreters, could you please provide the instructions in Mandarin?
Sure. 各位家长晚上好。请需要国语翻译的，请打专线888-475-4499 888-475-4499 ，ID 密码是863-5033-5413 863-5033-5413。拨完之后，请按井字。我将会把电话号码放在聊天的空间里，请大家看。谢谢。Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Now to the Cantonese interpreters, can one of you provide the instructions in Cantonese?
Sure. 各位家長係晚上好啊！如果大家想係收聽係廣州話嘅翻譯嘅話咧，請撥入電話專線會議專線電話號碼888-457-4499，並輸入晚上嘅密碼。今晚嘅密碼咧係839552，唔好意思，839552205015，然後按2次井字。如果你想收聽粵語翻譯，同時留喺我哋 Zoom 嘅會議室上邊，以便喺電腦上邊收睇會議嘅話咧，麻煩將你電腦同電話都調到靜音，然之後喺你嘅電話上邊撥入會議專線。重複一次，粵語翻譯咧嘅會議專線係電話號碼888-457-4499，我哋嘅係密碼咧係8395522015，然後按2次井字。多謝 ，Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eddie. Now to share how the meeting will work, I will turn it over to President Francis Gonzalez, representing President Council, who will be your moderator tonight, together with Carlos Franco and Angela Lam. Francis, floor is yours. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Cecilia, and thank you everyone for being here tonight. Welcome to the 2023 District 25 CEC Education Council elections. I'm Francis Gonzalez. I'm going to be one of the moderators tonight, along with Carlos Franco and Angela Lam. So at first, I would like to thank our President's Council for hosting this forum, and our amazing Superintendent Danielle Domingo, and our amazing FLC Esther Maludo for all your assistance. I also wanted to thank all the candidates and the families who have made the effort to be here tonight. Parents, it's your responsibility on behalf of our community to elect the best candidates for this council. During this forum, you will hear the candidates talk about why they should be elected to serve on the council. I recommend that you take notes, which you can share with your family or fellow parents who are unable to attend, and use as a reference when you go online to vote. Voting is April 21st through May 9th. Before we meet the candidates individually, let's go over some of the rules for this virtual forum and our community norms. We will run this forum, I guess, until everyone finishes the questions. It might take us all the way to 8 o'clock. So we'll see how it goes. We do have a lot of candidates here today. Each question is going to be 1 minute long. We do have several questions that we would like to ask. So let's see what time allows. The order in which the candidates will speak, I believe that Learning Times will put your name on to the screen, and we'll set up a timer, and you will know then to unmute yourself, show your video if you like, and speak and answer the question. Okay, so just a few rules. Candidates must be polite and respectful. Personal attacks or personally intrusive questions will not be allowed. Please keep yourself muted when you're not speaking. Refrain from interrupting the candidates or speaking without being invited by the moderator. Please be concise in your responses. When your time is up, you will be muted to allow the other candidates an equal opportunity to speak. Remember, this is your opportunity to introduce yourself to the community and demonstrate that you will be a valuable member of this educational council by showing your authentic self and what is unique about you. So at this time, we're going to ask the first question, which I will turn it over to Carlos Franco. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis, and good evening, everyone. The first question, we're going to start with Eden Rubenstein, is tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat? You have 1 minute to respond.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Eden Rubenstein. I'm a parent of 2 children at PS 193. I'm an active CEC member right now. I've only been on the CEC a few months. I came in the midterm, and I am running for CEC right now because I feel like I have not gotten a chance to do enough since I did join late this year. And I really have a lot to offer. And as a PTA and SLT member, and somebody that is very active and have already gotten to see the benefits of being a CEC member, I want to take advantage of that and really dive in as a full term on everything that I can offer to the CEC and really be given that chance to give everything that I can. So thank you.
Thank you. And we will continue with Ahmed Al-Zubi.
Yeah.
The question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
All right, thank you very much for this opportunity. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ahmed speaking to you. This is my first time I participate on such activity like in this one. My purpose of promoting myself to be a candidate for this council is just to get myself engaged with the community around my neighborhood. I have 4 kids at school. 3 of them are at PS 209, and one of my kids is at GHS 194. And I'd like to get involved with such councils so I can get involved and understand more about how the education system is running. Also, I want to reduce the gap between me and my children about how they are, the way they are learning, and how I can transfer this knowledge to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The question now is for Serena Young. Tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
My apologies, I was on mute. Good evening, my name is Serena Jung. I'm not sure if you guys can see me.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I'm a mother of 2. I was born and raised in Queens. I personally attended schools in Elmhurst, Corona, and Flushing. The reason I want to run for a seat is because I want to give back to the community. And I also want to gain insight on how the educational system works. I believe that currently the school system is functioning pretty well, but I think there can be improvements. And I feel that since I don't have experience in this area, I'm definitely going to bring a fresh perspective to issues. So I believe I've seen the best and worst in public schools since I've been in the system, public school system since I was a child. So I want to thank you for your time, and I hope I can learn something from all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to continue with Joseph Chow. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joseph Chow. I'm already serving on CEC 25. I'm running because I retired from Francis Lee's High School, and I spent the past 2 years learning about middle school and elementary schools. More and more, I realize we have an excellent superintendent team. I want to be serving at least one more term to help the superintendent keep the academic standards and expectations. I'm sorry, I have to pick my daughter. That's why I'm in the car. But the piano lesson was moved from 4:15 to 5:10, from 4:15 to 5:10 to 5:15 to 6:15. That's why I'm here. So anyway, during the past 2 years, I think we could have accomplished a great deal more. To begin with, we never got the borough president's appointee. We have to get that so that we are a true representation of the parents in Queens. I'm looking forward to another term. Please vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to continue now with Mariana Tamarit. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Hi, thank you, Carlos. Hi, my name is Mariana Tamarit, and I'm running for a council seat because I have a son in the district and I want to be involved. I want to make sure I get all the resources I possibly can for both my son and all of the school children, any sort of enrichment program that we could possibly bring to the school, anything that the school needs. I just want to be an advocate for all the children in the school and get the most resources to them and set them up for success. Please help me in doing so. Thank you for your time. Hello to all the candidates.
Thank you. Our next candidate is Robert Zurek. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Okay, my name is Bob Wazorek. Thank you for your time this evening. I'm running for a council seat because I have 2 boys that have gone through the New York City school system and have coming out shortly, the back end of it, quite successfully with scholarships to college and some great high school opportunities within the city. So I'm super grateful for the experience they've had and want to give back to the community. As for myself, I bring over 30 years of experience in the financial services industry. I've also am an adult educator, enterprise educator. So I work with teaching new hires at large corporates here in New York City. I've been doing that for over 15 years. I'm also a former chairman of the board of an elementary school in Northeast Queens that had 10 grades. So please consider voting for me. Again, my name is Bob Wazorek. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. We're going to continue with Wing Yu. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm glad to be here tonight. I am currently a CEC member. I was voted on for the term 2021 to 2023, and I had a great time working with a great group of members on the council, along with the district staff and the superintendent. I learned a great deal during my term, and I hope that my past experience can bring greater goods into the next term. I am currently an attorney in the Northeast Queens area. I'm also very involved in the legal community. I co-chair the real estate committee at the Asian American Bar Association of New York. And so my volunteer work goes beyond just education. So I hope that parents may vote for me. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. We're going to continue with Karen Saka Mascara. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you tonight. My name is Karen Saka. Mascara is my married name. Married, mom of 2 young girls, 7 and almost 10. They both attend PS 32 here in the district. And I'm running for this position because I've always enjoyed volunteering, giving whatever talents and skills that I have. One of the skills that I have a little over 25 years now is in the financial nonprofit area. I work at a community college in the city, in the CUNY system actually. And I have quite a lot of experience with procurement, financial, nonprofit, creating budgets for educational programs, whether it's non-credit or on the credit side of the house. And so I think I can bring those talents to this board. And I also enjoy learning from other members, and I work collaboratively with a lot of folks. I love being involved in the PTA. I've been volunteering and giving some of my time there. And that's why I want to be a part of this committee. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. We're going to continue with Christina Pohila. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Hey everyone, good evening. My name is Christine Pohila. I have a 5-year-old son in kindergarten at PS 169. And it's because of him and the amazing network of parents that I've met that I'm inspired to join District 25 CEC. This is my first year stepping into the education community, and I want to contribute. I'm interested in listening and learning, understanding all perspectives, and maintaining open lines of communication between the council and the community. I want to build a strong partnership and collaboration within the district. I am a proud New York City civil servant. I have experience in capital construction management, community outreach, policy development, and strategic initiatives that support efficiency and building resilient communities. To me, this role is about building a vision together while incorporating various perspectives and working in alignment to reach a common goal that I'm passionate about. My name is Christine Pohila, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. We're going to continue with Kuram Rashid.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Sure. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kuram Rashid. As you can see, I work in financial industry for last 15 years. I also teach at Baruch College, Zicklin School of Business. I have 2 daughters. One graduated from a school system here, used to go to Stuyvesant. The other one is going to PS 499. I'm really excited, and like most of you are amazing. Everyone is amazing. I'm sure, people can be different, different ideas, but everyone wants what is best for their children. So I think everyone over here is qualified, and wish everyone good luck. I myself graduated from a school system in New York City. I graduated from Long Island City High School. So I, like everyone else, I want to give back to community. I'm also in SLT on PS 499 along with Rachel Bolt. So, I just want to learn and give back to the community. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to continue with Alvin Hung. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Thank you, Carlos, and good evening, everyone. And I am running for a seat for the council of District 25. I have a older that just started middle school at East West, and I was also participating in the SLTs of her elementary school of PS 24 and also PS 242, and have also participated in PTA of both schools. Now that she is in middle school, I am running for a council seat because I would like to understand the education system of New York City and how, like, Queens area with a lot of families that from different origins. Hopefully I can gain your vote and hopefully I can spread the news to other parents in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to continue with Bushra Rashid. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Hello, District 25. This is Bushra, and I am a candidate for the CEC. I'm a single working mom, and I'm a public health nutritionist as well. And currently, I'm serving as the vice president of the PTA at my son's school. And I want to work on two things, basically focusing on learning loss and the use of technology and making sure that it's safe and balanced. And I want to focus on those two things by making sure that every child receives the mental and social support that they need, and also making sure that each and every parents and their children's voice is considered and included in making decisions for their education. So please vote for me. I'm Bushra, and thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. We're continuing with Sylvia Erdely Botor. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Hi, my name is Sylvia Erdely Botor. I was an immigrant to this country at age 5, and I know how difficult it was as the child of an immigrant and the parents who didn't really speak English, how difficult navigating school was. And I see, while it has gotten so much better for the students in New York, I still see children dealing with some of the same issues that I had dealt with when I was a child. So really the only reason why I'm running is because I'm passionate about children and I'm passionate about education. And if you vote for me, I will always vote in the best interest of your children, of all of our children. And I think I can also see it with the unique eyes of an immigrant child. And since Queens has such a huge immigrant population, I think that could be beneficial. So I think all the candidates are great, but I hope you will give me a chance as well. Thank you. Sylvia Erdely Botor, please vote for me. Thanks.
Thank you. I'll continue with Lisa Castillo. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Hi, my name is Lisa Castillo. Thank you everybody for being here. I'm so excited. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes. Okay, great. I'm a daughter of an immigrant. My father raised me since I was a little girl. I went to public schools. We had all types of music programs and the arts and dancing. And this is my third time around now. My first two kids are older. My first child's in the military special forces now. My daughter's studying to be a nurse. This is my third time now. I'm a parent of a child at PS 120Q. If you want a unique life experience, I am the one. I am very resourceful. I have built relationships with merchants and a lot of businesses worldwide. I was a health club manager, lifestyle manager, fitness director for over 25 years. I speak 4 languages. I'm also a certified mental illness teacher. I'm looking to bring more of physical education, the arts, music, instruments. I think our children need a little bit more.
Your time is up.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Continue with Monica Valasis. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Just a quick break-in to say that Ms. Valasis will need Spanish interpreters. So we've coordinated that ahead of time. So if I could have the Spanish interpreters helping Ms. Valasis, please.
Oh, sure.
We have a Spanish interpreter.
Yes, I do not hear Miss Monica.
Miss Hang on one second. I see her. I do not see her. Actually, I do see her in the list. Could you double check? I do see her here.
Señora Mónica, ¿está aquí? I just finished telling Miss Monica that how to unmute herself, and I just asked her if she's still here.
Okay, hang on one quick second. Let me see if. Okay, she is, yeah, using *6. She should be able to unmute herself. We are just working. Maybe what we should do is we'll come back to Miss Velasquez, excuse me. Would we like to proceed to the next person and we'll come back to this candidate?
Sure. So we continue with Jessica Gutierrez. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why you're running for an education council seat.
Hi, good evening. My name is Jessica Gutierrez. I'm a wife and a mom of 2 kids. And the reason why I want to be part of the council is because I saw in the application that my voice will be here for help children, because I would like to give my opinion, what I feel, what I feel that will help children, and that's why I want to apply for them, for help children, for help parents, and because of the school spend a lot of time with the children, and I think this will be really helpful for them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to continue with Frank Chow. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Let me.
Hi, everyone.
Great.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, hi, everyone. My name is Frank Chow, and I used to be in PS 120 for PE president for like 7-8 years, and mainly in 2015, and it was a big problem in the school, but you know, I moved forward and solve whatever I could to make the school much better, and that's my main point. I did it what I could. Right now, I'm not in PA member, but I want the education will be better in the future. So that's the reason I'm running right now. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to continue with Rachel Altodano. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Thank you, Carlos. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rachel Baltodano. I'm a parent of 3 children, a 1st grader and a 6th grader at PSIS 499, and a 9th grader who just graduated out of PSIS 499 and is now in Cardozo. Ever since my 9th grader was in kindergarten, I've been highly active as a parent leader, involved in the SLT, the PTA, and also back when they had the Learning Leaders program, when they were at 242. I'm now serving on President's Council along with Francis, and as well as serving on the SLT. So I've been able to be exposed to the CEC meetings, and I would really like the opportunity to enhance my role as a parent leader to serve not just my local school, but the district as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to continue with Michelle Frederick. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Good evening, everyone, and I appreciate you all for coming. I'm a mother of 3 who attend PSIS 499. I have 2 3rd graders and 1 7th grader. My 7th grader has an IEP, and she's had one since the 2nd grade. I'm currently a part of the CEC. I wanted to join the CEC because I believe in change. I believe that we, the parent community, are the right ones to help make that change. It starts with us. I love being a part of the impact of educational programs, the improvement of school buildings, and I foremost love being a part of this experience. And I'm ready to embark on this journey once again for another term. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next candidate is Sung Yoon Lee. Your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sung Eun Lee. First of all, I would like to show my gratitude to parents, communities, fellow candidates, and administrators. I came from South Korea when I was 12 years old, so I was lucky to experience elementary school, junior high school in District 25, and college in Queens. It was a privilege to be a part of a competitive New York City education system. Also, my daughter is 9 years old, third grade, attending PS 32 in Flushing, Queens. My biggest reason to apply for Education Council is to be able to use my talents and experiences for our children, students. I'm not a public school teacher, but I'm a private instructor and academy owner for specialized exams for more than 15 years, and also business owner for college planning specialist facility. Through my experience of teaching many students with different characteristics, I was able to interact and build strong education practices. With experience and skills, I want to share.
Sorry, your time is up. Thank you so much. We're going to be returning to Monica Villases. Your
Yes.
question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
We're trying to help Miss Velasquez on the line unmute herself. Could we also maybe have one of the Spanish interpreters speak in this room to let her know, because we also see her logged in, so she may be able to just unmute her microphone and answer the question here.
Señora Mónica está aquí en la reunión de Zoom. Y si está aquí, se puede quitar el silencio de su micrófono y usted puede responder a la pregunta aquí.
I see that her microphone is open. We're not hearing her at all.
Yes, I'm not hearing her on the interpreter line either.
Okay. Can you ask her to double check that she is not muted? She has a little line over her microphone. That's if she can press that to unmute herself.
Las personas. Hi, Miss Monica is on the interpreter line.
Okay, is she going to answer there and you'll interpret in here, please?
Yes.
Thank you
Señora
so
Mónica,
much.
you're welcome. Señora Mónica, usted puede contestar a la pregunta aquí en la línea y yo lo voy a traducir en la reunión de Zoom. Okay, please let me know when I can start.
You can go ahead.
Puede empezar. Good evening to everybody. My name is Monica Villases. It's a pleasure to be in this meeting and to participate as a candidate. I have 3 children in this public system. We recently came here. I am Ecuadorian. I was a teacher back in my country. I'm a very creative person, a very innovative. And I think we can do so much. I can do so much with my culture and enriching myself with you guys too, with you all too. Creating perdón, ¿lo puede repetir? Creating new opportunities to be able to have a lot of progress. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Our second question will be done by Angela Lamb.
Hello, good evening. Here's the second question. I'm going to start with candidate Eden Rubinstein. The question is, what is your vision for education in this community? You have 1 minute to answer.
Thank you, Angela. So my vision for education is really focused on continuing to grow the social emotional learning right now, because I still see every day children that are suffering as we're still grounding them back after COVID, and also looking at the numbers that I've seen from our children during our council meetings, continuing to help them achieve better numbers and continued growth. So I want to see the kids continue to excel in whether we bring in more enrichment programs, whether it be continuing to utilize the programs we currently have. I just want to see a little growth every year to get to that stretch number that we discussed with Dr. Dantona, things like that at each meeting. So that's really my vision right now. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to move on to the next candidate, Ahmed Al-Soubi. Here's the question. What is your vision for education in this community?
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. My plans for this one is the difficulties. This is my first time, first of all, to participate in such council. So my main goal here is just to get involved with the community and see exactly how the education system is working. I have zero background about those things. I came up also from an IT background, so I hope that I can contribute to the community and help the students and schools to go and improve more better. I believe that if we respect our teachers, then we will have good students. This is my main goal, to show respect for our teachers, first of all, and second, we want to have a better and safe educational system inside of New York City, which I love so much. I appreciate it and thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is moving on. The question for Serena Jung. The question is, what is your vision for education in this community?
So to me, academics and school safety are very important. So school is basically like their home away from home. So I would expect that the school so far has been doing a great job, but I would hope that the school system moves towards helping children become more socially and emotionally well-rounded, because children have to be, I believe they can't just be judged based on academics. We have to see the child as the whole person. There are many facets to a person. It's not just academics, social, emotional, their creative side. So that all that comes into play. So that's the vision I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, for Joseph Chow, here's the question for you. What is your vision for education in this community?
Good evening again. People already mentioned social emotional learning.
That's part of my vision as well as safety. More importantly, I have 3 kids in New York City public school, 1 in Towns Harris, 2 in 79. I would like to, many parents anyway spoke to me. They like to make sure that there's a SB program in every middle school and that the GNT program continues. Personally, I think it's very important that we help each kid reach his or her potential. If a student's able to get a 95, don't let them get a 94. If a student able to get a 75, don't let them get a 70. Dr. Daytona presented many numbers to us. I like some of those numbers, but there are other numbers we could improve. I want to see what I can do to help out. I want, ultimately students are judged by their grades in addition to everything else, but grades are important because grades put them into specialized high school, grades put them into good colleges, so on and so forth. I also like to help the superintendent make a better connection between middle school and high school. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question for Mariana Tamarit. What is your vision for education in this community?
Hi, Angela. So I think I am not a teacher, but I'm very happy with what the school system is doing. Academically, I think we're doing well, although I think there is room for growth. But my focus would be giving more support to those children who need more support, more help in order to succeed and set them up for success. And I would like more enriching programs, more arts, more theater, more dance, anything that helps them socialize and kind of branch out into other specialties, I think would be amazing. Giving more support to the students that need support, having more structure and higher standards would be optimal. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, for candidate Robert Wixoric. Here's the question for you. What is your vision for education in this community?
Great, thank you for the question. This is Bob Wazorek again. My vision is for a world-class education. Both my sons benefited from a superior education that they got in the New York City school system, and I want to see that perpetuated. As much as we live in a community in Queens, our children are going to compete on the world stage. As a country, as a city, we're going to need to continue to have new people immigrate into this country and integrate into this country, and we want to see them have a world-class education so that they can continue to prosper and we can continue to prosper as a society. So my vision is for a top-tier world-class education. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Moving on to candidate Win Yu. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
Hi, thank you for your question. My vision on education for this community going forward is to close the gap of the learning loss during the pandemic. I am a parent of one, and my daughter was in kindergarten during the pandemic, and while they were learning remotely, it was difficult for her going back to school. And so the learning gap resulted from the pandemic. I think it's a big focus moving forward. Also, another result of the pandemic is the social, emotional, and mental health awareness aspects. And I want to also focus on that. And also the last thing is to bring STEM programs into our school as much as we can. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Moving on to candidate Christina Pohila. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
My vision includes a positive and healthy school climate. I'd like to see an anti-bullying program with guidance and protocols on how to navigate conflict resolution and restorative practices that establish a pathway to repair relationships, to create an environment conducive to social, emotional well-being so that our students have the capacity to learn and excel. I'd like to see continued progress in student reading proficiency, expanding the program to support student and families, as well as continued accommodation of the unique needs of our students in our school to ensure we're all learning and growing together, as well as modern, safe, and clean buildings with safety presence and cameras. It's important for our students who are in an environment where they feel safe, they're happy, and they're thriving. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think I bypassed candidate Karen Sacker Mosquera. Here's the question for you. What is your vision for education in this community?
Sure, thank you. You know, that's a great question. Thank you for the question, actually. My vision for the education community, I think it's more providing a stronger foundation. Each child learns in a different manner, right? Each child has different skills and talents. And like I think some of the parents already said, it's not all about grades. And while I strongly support all students achieving their best academics, each child's level will be different. But I think it's also about giving them the opportunity to strengthen their emotional intelligence. We live in a society that's very diverse, especially those of us here in Queens in District 25. I'm an immigrant myself. I arrived to the States when I was 8. So, you know, I'm kind of a mixture of both of my cultures, but I consider myself a New Yorker. I'm also a product of the education system here in Queens. But I do think emotional intelligence is something that's important. And I think we can achieve that. And that's what my focus would like is to have achieving the academics and the emotional intelligence for our children, especially coming out of the pandemic. A lot of them are still dealing with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to candidate Kurun Kushi. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
Well, thank you for asking this question, Miss Angela. My vision is, you know, like as I mentioned, that I myself is an educator. I teach at Baruch. I am a product of you know, the school system. My daughter actually works for the New York Chancellor's office. So we are very involved, and like most of the people, I'm an immigrant myself as well. I'm a first generation immigrant, you know, like there are so many things that I feel like I could have done better had I been helped this way or that way, which I didn't get it. Like my daughter goes to PS 499. That's one of the best school there could be, right? I see the difference she's getting. She's getting all these helps, you know, in reading, writing, and everything compared to other schools where they're not getting it, right? So my vision is to get help from get to get this help for every students in every communities, you know, to you know, like grade is not important. Their creativity, the art, you know, the dance, music, pianos, you know, these things are important too. You know, like my daughter is learning English words and everything through Alexia IRS Kids, which are not available to so many other schools, right? So many public schools. So there is this lag between some good school and some bad school. So my goal is to bring same standard to everyone, at least. Is it impossible? No, it's possible. You know, it's possible, but at least bring that difference, narrow the difference so that every student will have same quality of education for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to.
Hang on 1 second. I just need to update our list. We have a Miss Veronica Mills who will be at the end. She came in late, so when we get to her, we could also give her a minute to do her first question as well. Thank you.
Moving on to candidate Alvin Hong. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
Thank you, Angela, for that question. My vision for the community in education is that after last 3 years that we went through with the pandemic, a lot of kids in the community need a lot of help in terms of academics, social, emotional well-being, mental health. the issues of anti-bullying, it has been brought up tonight, which I feel that if we bring more topics to our kids, more concerns to our kids, and as we function as a council, we can bring everybody together, bring back the programs that work, improve their mental stability along with their academics. And moving forward, hopefully we can also get the parents more involved with this council and the community. And I hope to work with everyone. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to the next candidate, Sophia. No, sorry, I'm sorry. Moving on to candidate Bushra. Oh wait, hold on. We just have the Rashid, right? Next candidate will
we just
be
had Alvin Hung. Bushra is next.
Bushra. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the application. The question for candidate Bushra Rashid. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
Thank you. By the way, love the baby voices in the background. So my vision for the education of my community is to see every child shine. And my hope is that, and my vision is that every child in the education system finds something that makes them unique, and makes them themselves, and they can shine. And I hope that education is safe for every child, it's enriched, and also it prepares them for their future. And I would like to focus on the learning loss, and also making sure that the technology and the balancing of that technology within education is safe as well. And I want to bring in everybody's voices in making decisions for education. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to the next candidate, Sophia Elderly Border. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
Hi, Sylvia Elderly-Boter again. As a former physician and a public scientist, I find academics very important. And I think every child should have a track to college. However, and I think this is also very important, not every child would, college is not for every child. And I think we cannot forget about those children who would benefit from learning a trade or from learning other life skills. Like, I think our children need to learn more life skills in school. And also a trade could be highly beneficial for certain children who cannot afford college, or who do not wish to go to college. It would give them a leg up to get successful, to get ahead in society. So I just, while I am very focused on academics, I do not think that is the only focus that we should have. We should look at all of our children. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Moving on to next candidate, Lisa Castillo. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
Thank you. What I would like to see is continued academic intervention for all levels. Those that are excelling, doing great, that are on the gifted programs, are doing wonderful, to keep excelling. And those that need academic intervention all year should continue to receive the services that they need to get up to where they need to be, or even continue excelling. That's number one. Number two, I would like to see music, the arts, drama, more activities like swimming for free. It should all be implemented as part of the school education, and no parent should be out there paying for it. It should be free. Why? When I was in first grade, I had violin lessons. Then I had flute lessons. My kids had saxophone, piano. Why is it that my kids also, who are now 25, 21, had swimming lessons for free? We're on a swimming team. You and the parents in the community should not be paying for all these services. It should all be a part of the academic in our school system. And like I said, this is what's going to help you raise strong, well-minded, strong educational students. They're going to be successful. I know, because I had two kids, now I'm working on the third one. They should all receive everything. You should all experience what me and my kids had experienced. Free swimming, lessons, music, dance. I'm in the musical West Side Story. Why? Because I worked
Your
my
time
ass
is
off.
up. Sorry, your time is up.
Okay,
Thank you.
there you go.
Moving on to our next candidate, Monica Velasquez. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
We'll need a Spanish interpreter to assist Ms. Velasquez with her answer. Can I just confirm that we're working with, I can't hear either of the Spanish interpreters if they are speaking.
The interpreter, I'm sorry, the interpreter would need to unmute on
Oh, I see. Okay.
Zoom. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
she's saying, I'm sorry. I apologize. This is the interpreter. I apologize. She was, I was on mute. So she was saying that I understand that this is a very strong system. I would just like to provide, to reinforce the ability of this system to give opportunities to every student, including to incorporate the diversity of new students. Also, it is important to provide opportunities to every student, regardless of their socioeconomical status. ¿Puede continuar, señora Mónica?
Perfect. Like what I said at first was already heard, right?
Sí, lo que dijo.
Okay, well, I'll continue.
Yo voy a continuar. Creo que I believe we have to just follow these aspects and bring a message of hope and happiness so that they can have all their needs covered and create a change that is noticeable in school, in the house. The families are going to be noticed so that they feel that they're part of the educational system and also part of the whole community. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Moving on to candidate Jessica Gutierrez. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
My vision is see God in the public school, give the opportunity to the kid to know that is a God who loves us and help us in anything we need. Build strong and stable feelings in their lives for their future and become an excellent student. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to candidate Frank Chow. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
Yes, my vision would be focus on high school
I wish we have a better high school system in our community, so all these children don't have to push themselves and run around other district to join the high school, which is not easy for them. And I think high school system should be much better. Also middle school. And middle school it's a transition for the children, which is from single digit to double digits. And those are also need to be improved a little bit. And mainly is high school. I don't want to see kids running around other district for better education. And elementary school, yes, it's still a little bit lower right now. I mean, below than before pandemic. I want that to pull it back to before pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to candidate Rachel Baldodano. And the question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
Thank you, Angela. My vision is, I'm fortunate that my children have been able to attend two schools, PS 242 and PSIS 499, that were small schools in a very family-like, safe environment. And I feel that that should be a priority for all children in our district. And I know the CEC is actively involved in capital projects and bringing about new schools and zoning to make sure that the schools are not overcrowded. And so I feel that that is a priority of mine, to make sure that all children, regardless of where they live in the district, have the opportunity to enjoy a safe school experience with cameras in the building, enough school safety agents, and whatever we can do as administrators and parent leaders to make sure that they are safe while they're at school. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to candidate Michelle Frederick. The question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
So our children need our help. They need our voice. They need our support. I always say that nobody knows what's best for our children's education more than the parents. I do think our special education children need more attention, emotional support. I think our children with IEPs, they should be assessed more thoroughly than they are, just not to pass, just to pass. I think that parents should be made aware of their children's academics, whether general ed, IEP based, or special needs throughout the year, and not only during parent-teacher conference. In a nutshell, my vision would be to create growth, development, improvement, and structure in our school community. They say that education is the passport to the future. Let's deliver that passport to our children. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to candidate Soon Only. And the question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
Hi, I totally agree with Michelle. I believe the academic vision or goal of CEC 25 is, first, more active involvement of parents, especially parents with diverse culture background. So that could lead to enrichment and empowerment in our children's education, emotional and social wellness. Without our parents' voice and view, our district's academic vision won't be established. Also, our District 25's motto is empowering learners, embracing differences, providing equitable access and opportunity for all. So our community has to focus on empowering every children, just like no children left out, embracing differences, diversity in our district, and providing equal opportunity for all. I believe that academic enrichment comes from parents' involvement. Also, voice of parents can truly change concerns that we have for our children in our district. At the end, we're all here as a parents to be the voice for our community, especially for better education and future of our children. Thank you.
I just want to interrupt. This is Francis. Angela, we have to go back to Carlos. And Carlos, can you ask Veronica Mills her first question, please?
Yes. So Veronica Mills, your question is, tell us something about yourself and why are you running for an education council seat?
Hi, are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes, I can hear you.
thank you. My name is Veronica Mills, and I am participating as a candidate for this delightful bringing together new members for next year. The reason I am seeking this opportunity is to participate and to contribute in the most efficient manner that I could. And being a part of the CEC, part of the CEC meetings these past couple of months allowed me to get a gist of what I can learn from as a member there. I was able to come across some information regarding these statistics or numbers of achievement numbers for some students and different ethnicities. And it seems to me that it's similar to when I was in school, in public school. I attended public school in Brooklyn in New York and
Thank you
other
so much.
places in New York.
I'm sorry, your time is up.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate Veronica Mills. The second question for you is, what is your vision for education in this community?
Thank you again. I get to continue as a graduate of the public school system. I do see that many of the needs still remain for children who are in lower income brackets and who usually don't have access to different neighborhoods. My children are in that fall within those numbers. But we were able to get a seat in the school PS 499. And with that, we were able to meet different ethnicities. And this is where I, again, had the meeting information. There, it seems like the same people are missing out, even though we're in 2023. So this is the reason I would say we need to focus on socio-emotional by bringing people together on a regular basis, families together with the school to enact change.
Sorry, Veronica, your time is up. Thank you for all the answer from all the candidates. And I'm gonna pass it back to Francis of the President Council.
Thank you. Our third question is, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful? Our first person up to answer is Eden Rubenstein.
Francis, can you just repeat the question again for me 1 second?
Sure. What do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Okay. So right now, I think our community needs to be brought together more. We are a very large community. We are a very strong community. And I think there's so much we could do as a community because of that. In order to do that, I think one thing is continued parent engagement. And by doing that, we need to continue to build those stronger students, build up our schools, and really take advantage of the fact that now this COVID vaccine mandate has been lifted in our schools. Take advantage of bringing the parents back into those buildings. Engage your parents every chance you get, because as many people have said, the parents know the children the best. So the more we use those parents to build that bridge, the more we're going to learn, and the more we're going to see success. So thank you, everyone. And I hope I get to serve you again.
Thank you, Eden. Ahmad
Yeah.
Al-Zubi,
Yeah.
what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Well, thank you very much for this question. I believe my first strategy will become to have a huge, or like to build a good trust relationship between our communities and our teachers and our schools. So this kind of trust we can guarantee that our schools are safe. This is number one, and we can guarantee that our kids having the appropriate education and appropriate knowledge for their ages to advance on their lives. This is my first strategy. I believe if we have this kind of trust between the teacher, the student, and the parents, and we strengthen this kind of trust, we can start to build a very safe community. And education is, you have more educated people, you have less crimes, and this is what I'm looking for. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up is Serena Jung. What do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
First off, I would like to state that the previous candidates have put it really well. They have expressed themselves really well. So thank you for that. I think what we need is definitely open lines of communication between school and parents. And when we talk about communication, I'm talking about effective communication. So presently there's one parent coordinator per school, if I'm not mistaken. I think the parents can benefit from having more than one parent coordinator, perhaps a coordinator who speaks not just Chinese, perhaps Spanish, other languages. So I think that would be beneficial. And definitely, since a lot of parents speak English as a second language, I think definitely encourage them to speak up more, even if they can't express themselves fully. So definitely encourage more parent communication.
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you, Serena. Joseph Chow, please unmute yourself. What do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful? Joseph Chow.
I see Joseph still.
Sorry, I was still
Oh,
unmuted.
there you go.
Anyway, here I am. Good evening again. I thought this question would be better suited for the interview for the superintendent. But anyway, I think one of the most important things that we need in this district is better communication between the school system and parents. We have a large community. We have parents speaking different languages. We need to have an effective communication with them. Many of them are immigrants. They don't know the school system, so they cannot really negotiate the system. They can't really take advantage of the system. I think, as Serena Jones said, that we need to have more staff members that speaks other languages other than just English. That will help parents. And I know teachers have after school times they can allocate to meet with parents. So I think communication is one of the most important things that we can improve. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Mariana Tamarit, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
So I could just speak for myself. What I feel the community needs is more of a community, more of a sense of a community, more inclusion. I think ever since COVID, everyone kind of lives off to themselves. Like when I pick up my son from the park, no one stays at the park, very few people. I don't see a lot of faces picking up their children. I wish that there would be more ways for the parents to get involved with the children and build relationships and friendships, and more outlets, more possibilities. I think it's very limited to just dropping them off and picking them up. I would love to see more involvement somehow in the parents within the school. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariana. Bob Wazorek, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Hi, it's still me. I apologize for the mask, but I'm in waiting room of the hospital while my son's getting an MRI, so I apologize for that. A couple things. One is I think there's a couple things that are important that should be addressed. One is there's been a lot of comments about language and communication, and I think that goes for our children as well. And learning a foreign language, at least in the case of my two sons, that didn't happen until 8th grade. when they were 13 years old, which from an educational standpoint is way too late to start teaching a foreign language. They should be starting a foreign language much earlier on in their education in elementary school, in my opinion. So I'd like to see the foreign language processes teaching happen earlier on in the education process. Additionally, after school programs, athletic programs, I'd like to see more of them at the middle school level. I know there's, in terms of how I do it, there's a group organization called City Lacrosse, and they have funding to open lacrosse middle school programs at 3 additional schools. There's going to be 2 starting next year, Bleecker
Thank you.
and Bell.
Sorry, your time is up. Thank you, Bob. Wing Yu, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
I think our community needs communication and more parent engagement. Our community is very diverse, and a lot of times due to language barriers, even though there are interpreters and translations, oftentimes families do not know the available resources that are available that may be suitable for their children and in their learnings. One of the strategies that I'd like to promote is to extensive outreach at the school level and district level. I hope that there will be periodic town hall meetings at the school levels to give parents updates on what's going on in their school and in our district. We have CEC meetings, but not a lot of the parents don't usually attend our CEC meetings. So at the school level, that's where the meetings need to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Wing. Karen Sakamascara, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Hi, everyone, again. I think everything that a lot of the candidates have said are right on point. Effective communication, more parent engagement, those are definitely high up there. I also think there's a lot of room for improvement for how the information, again, back to the communication, what I've experienced is that sometimes there's a lot of information overload, right? Like a lot of things happening at one time at the school, and we have a great system. I'm very fortunate at the school we're at. I feel like I'm very informed on things, but again, it's at the school level. And when I've, logged on to the different sites for the CECs and more district-wide information, it can be overbearing. It can be a bit like, oh my God, this is a lot of information. And I think I'm a fairly educated person that I can usually navigate these different platforms. But I think if there is a way that we can somehow streamline how this information is disseminated, someone said at the school level, I think we all pay attention to that. So I think working on that piece would be.
Thank you, Karen. Your time is up. Thank you. Christina Pohila, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
I agree with many of the candidates this evening. We need a strong sense of community, increased parent engagement, and we need to be resilient. So this includes connecting the dots with what's going on in the classroom in schools, what needs to be happening at home so there's consistent messaging. We're learning together and we're all on the same page. As well as creating a feedback loop for open communication so that we can keep informed of what's going on. This way, decisions that we make are informed and they consider the perspectives across the district. And then we're also in a position to respond instead of react, as well as being proactive. And this creates trust needed with relationships within our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina. Kuram Krishud, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
All the speaker, all the candidates have spoken very, very to the point. I don't think there's one methodology that will work for everything, especially since we came out from this COVID situation. Nobody has experienced that in the last 100 years. So the way we went to school has been affected the way these children are going to school. And again, I think Miss Karen just mentioned about effective way of communicating, right? I feel like sometimes we are so overburdened with communication. It's like so many communications, you kind of like lose track which one is important, right? So that should be one of the focus. Obviously, student engagement and the parent engagement, how we can bring them more together is also very important.
Thank you so much. Your time is up, Karam. Alvin Hung, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Thank you, Francis, for that question. I think tonight's common theme that we all hearing from all the candidates said that better communication, parent engagement, all these are, topics of how we can bring parents together, how we can give vital information about the kids, about their learning, about their schools, about school safety. I think the best way to do it is to engage in the PTAs, in the SLTs, to help the parent coordinators. And of course, we as a council, we should have more like town hall meetings with parents, with the kids, get their opinions, get their concerns, put their concerns first, and then address them. I think that's the best way to approach moving forward with this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Alvin. Bushra Rashid, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Our community needs good quality education. They need to be sure that their children, when they're sent to schools, they are getting a good quality education. They're able to make up the learning loss. They need to be sure that their children are safe in the schools that they're attending, and they need to be sure that the schools are preparing them for the future. Some of the strategies that we can use is to have more inclusiveness and involvement of parents in the education by using different avenues for involving the parents and using their voices and giving them the choice of the kind of medium they want to use to express themselves and be part of the decisions that the education system takes. It could also mean more involvement in the PTAs. It also means mental health, social support, and also use of technology.
Thank you, Bushra. Your time is up. Sylvia Aderli Botar, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Hi, I think the candidates have addressed this very well. I agree with many, everything actually that they have said. I would also like to point out that I think New York is one of those cities where you can be so lonely and feel so alone, surrounded by so many people. And I think we have a lot of single parents or a lot of immigrant parents who are far away from relatives, from friends, and they're having a go at it alone, and it can be overwhelming. And sometimes just to go to school to engage in a PT, especially when you're not so confident in the language, it can be very intimidating. So I would like to see a way where parents could get to know each other, where we can all get together and get to know each other as a community. Since we are all on the same team, we want to work towards the school, but in a non-intimidating sense where we can a community gathering, I guess, a socialization where it's not, where an effort is to get to know each other as a community so we understand how to work together and maybe make some connections.
Thank you, Sylvia. Your time
Thank
is
you.
up. Thank you. Lisa Castillo, what do you think what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
I think our community, especially parents, are tired. They're stressed, they're exhausted. They need more resources. I have a lot of experience in outreaching to the community and businesses that provide free swimming lessons, free parent swimming lessons, adult swimming lessons, after school programming. Parents need more resources to have outlets for their kids and themselves, so because they need a break. And also, if we implement these and outreach for these outside strategies and these free programmings, I can guarantee you that you'll see a lot more parents volunteering in our schools for our kids. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Monica Villases.
La señora Mónica Villasis.
What do you think our
¿Qué usted
community
entiende
needs?
que necesita nuestra comunidad?
I think the interpreter muted herself by accident.
She might be gathering her
I wasn't.
information.
Yes, she was not able to. She was trying to mute her, unmute herself. Okay, señora Mónica, ¿me escucha? Okay, okay, now we're ready. Would you like to repeat the question, please?
What do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Bueno, I think that we need our kids and our teenagers to be empowered, safe, and clear of who they are. They also need to be aware of what opportunities they have so they can reach them. How do we do that? Keeping the love language, the happiness language. In all of the activities that the school provides. Listening to their ideas and taking those ideas into consideration. Also to promote some kind of learning. Some kind of learning so they can learn how to cope with what the COVID situation has brought and also how everything is going on with the world. Our kids need to be able to cope with the pain that they see, the pain that they have endured. And I don't think that we have helped them enough to cope. So I think we need to help them to cope with the pain so that we can have successful individuals in the future.
Thank you. Is that it? Okay. Thank you, Monica. Jessica Gutierrez, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Hi, what I feel that the community need is what I feel. The community need God. And the strategy, I feel like if they put the Christian music in school every morning and pray every morning with the old kids, I feel that will be helpful for the children's. And that's what I feel, and I feel that is a good strategy for apply that. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Frank Chow, Frank Chow, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Yes, the community definitely need more security in high school, in every school. And DOE should be working with city council, CNA office, and put more security around it. And that would be better because a lot of teachers are in fear, in school, especially high school. They don't know what will happen, especially after pandemic. And we also need student survey. We want students to fill out survey what they want and what they want to learn. Not only the school survey, all parents fill out, for the school survey, but we want to know what all these students, what they want to learn. That's main thing we should able to learn from them. Then we should improve our system. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Rachel Baltondano, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
Thank you, Francis. I think what our community needs is to put the pandemic in the rearview mirror. We need to do our best to get back to the sense of normalcy that we had before the pandemic hit. Bring back the activities in the school that our children have been missing out on. I know that within our school, bringing back the middle school dance and having a dance for the young ones is really enhanced that sense of community. And also we had a Saturday event that was so well supported because parents and children really need that sense of community and that coming together like we used to do before COVID. And so that's what I feel like our community really needs. And that's how I feel we should best support doing that.
Thank you, Rachel. Michelle Frederick, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
So I think our community needs connection between the teachers, the parents, the children. Let's educate each other about each other. In my past and my current roles within leadership, I've had to make some hard decisions, some that will be life-changing. I feel that because I can migrate through this, I can help create change. I've worked with some awesome people, and the one thing I know that always works is teamwork. We all have one thing in common, and that's creating the best possible education for our children. My grandmother used to tell me, and now I tell my kids, nothing is impossible until it's possible. So it's going to be possible until it's complete. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Sungun Lee, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
First of all, it's amazing how we're all here with fellow parents to share our vision, opinions. I hope it could be like this in our districts every meeting. Our community needs more active parents' involvement. Our district is one of most diverse community. Parents, especially with diverse culture background, need to be able to receive the information better and efficiently. Also motivate our parents to be the voice for our children. I believe that one person has a limit of holding the weight. However, with more people involved, it will be limitless. Also, I believe any type of strategy or solutions for success in our district come directly from children themselves. As we are in need of more parents' voice, we have to bring strategies from children. Children know best because they're the one going through our education system. I would love to hear more of children's voice. And we as parents, behalf of our children, have to be the voice. If there's any established program or tool that children could utilize
Thank
to
you,
voice
son.
themselves,
Your time is up.
it'll be great.
Hi, Veronica Mills, what do you think our community needs and what strategies would you use to be successful?
I'm happy to be here with a group of people that I mostly agree with. I believe the Saturday programs, if they were well supported, they can be brought back, and that would go to the point that I made previously, that regular meetings would be helpful. Having established relationships and relationship building will allow a feeling of input, a means of input, and we can go from there to establish what is best communication. They're a diverse group of people speaking multiple languages. In order to get to that point, they have to want to interact. The relationship building removes barriers in order to move forward, and get feedback from children, feedback from parents, and let parents know that in order to get to what they need, we have to communicate with them. We need to use the pandemic as a learning tool.
Thank you, Veronica. Sorry, your time is up.
Thank you.
At this time, before we go into closing statements, I just want to pass it to Cecilia because I know you have, I think, someone's statement to read.
Yes, I emailed it to you. Would you rather we read it?
Yes, you read it, please.
Okay, no problem. So we got a statement from a candidate who got injured and could not attend here at the forum. Her name is Catherine Santora. So I'll read the statement for her. My name is Catherine Santora St. Pierre, and I am a stay-at-home mother of 3. My children all attend our local public schools and are in grades 5 and 3 and pre-K. Prior to having children, I earned a dual master's degree in general and special education for early childhood, with additional training in the Preventing Academic Failure, PAF, program to increase literacy for children with language-based learning disabilities. I taught 3-year-olds UPK and 2nd grade in both general and special education. It is exciting to have an opportunity to combine my experiences as a mother and educator to enhance social emotional growth and learning opportunities for all our children with a seat on the CEC. Identifying concerns are working as part of a team to achieve solutions was professionally fulfilling and a skill I continue to develop in our school's parent community. I would love to bring my experience to the CEC. Although I have never served on one of these formal committees before, I am a quick learner with a lot of fresh, out-of-the-box ideas that I'm very excited to bring to the table. I just can't wait to help. Thank you for taking the time to listen and good luck to all.
Thank you, Cecilia. Do we have any other statements of any candidates that couldn't be here today?
No, that was it.
Okay, thank you. At this time, we're going to give each candidate 30 seconds for their closing statement. Can we change the timer to 30 seconds, please? Okay. I'm going to start with Eden Rubenstein. Please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Thanks, Francis. Thank you, everyone, for listening tonight. As I said, as a current member of the CEC, PTA, SLT, I just want to continue giving back to my community, my children's community as a school. And really, I have work that I haven't finished. I've dedicated my time and really want to continue doing so. I have many years left to give, and I want to take advantage of that. So I hope you vote for me and give me the chance to continue doing so. So thank you and have a great night, everyone.
Thank you, Eden. Ahmad Al-Zubi, please give a closing statement.
Yeah, thank you very much. As I said before, like this is my first time to participate in this one. I'm sure that we want to have our kids to grow up for the next future. They are our future. So if we didn't take care of our future, we have no future, not for us only, but for them all too. So I want to have this kind of thing that we deliver the message from our generation to them, so they can appreciate us after we pass this life.
Thank you, Ahmad. Your time is up. Serena Jung, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Good evening. Today I came here with really no expectation. I'm totally new to this, but I definitely learned a great deal by just listening to different perspectives today. I'm a mom to 5-year-old and almost 9-year-old. So my needs for my children are definitely different than a lot of your expectations for your children. So that's why I came here today, really just to get perspective on how things work. And if I'm fortunate enough to get a seat, I will definitely.
Thank you, Serena. Your time is up. Thank you. Joseph Chow, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Good evening again. I served as the last 24 years of my career, I served as the math AP at French Louis High School. Ever since I retired, parents encouraged me to serve on the CEC. So now I serve on the one spectrum, now I'm on the other side. I'm looking at the system as a parent. I'd like to continue to serve, to use what I know about the school system to help every single parent in our district. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Joseph. Mariana Tamarit, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Hi, thank you for this opportunity. If I am elected, all I want is the best interest for all these children. I want to set them up for success. I want to give them all the resources that I could possibly get my hands to. I want to give them all the classes, all the extracurricular activities, and just enrich their lives as much as possible and build a community. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you everyone for your time as well.
Thank you, Mariana. Bob Wizard,
Yes,
please
hi,
unmute
Bob.
yourself and give your closing statement.
Great, thank you. This is Bob Wazorek again. Thank you for your time. The 62 people that are online with us are appreciated. Again, I want to reiterate that I have over 30 years of professional experience, 15 years as an adult educator. I was the chairman of an elementary school in Northeast Queens, running 10 grades pre-K through 8th grade. I've taught personal financial management in high schools in Long Island City to young fathers in Jamaica, Queens. And I
Thank
want
you,
to
Bob.
serve
Your
you.
time is up. Thank you. Wing Yu, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Hi again. Thank you all for being here tonight and getting to know all of the candidates. I wish all the candidates best of luck, and I hope to have the opportunity to serve on the council with you all. I will use my experience gained through my 2 years on the CEC to continue to advocate and serve the families, schools, children of District 25. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, Wing. Karen Seka Mascara, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Thank you, everyone, for the time, for your time. I just want to say, again, as a mom of 2 young girls, I'm very eager. I learned a lot here tonight. I think I bring some experience from my professional career in the financial and nonprofit sector. I have taught young kids before, not in the public sector, in academy. And I think bringing those talents, and working with all of these folks collaboratively, I would love to make some improvements for our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Christina Pohila, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you. It was a pleasure meeting and learning more about the candidates. I'm grateful for this experience and to be part of this process. I know that District 25 is one of the best in the city, and with that, we have the opportunity to raise the bar and define what excellence means to us. I believe in collaboration, creative problem solving, and I view challenges as opportunities to learn and improve. I hope to represent and work with you all. Again, my name is Christine Pohila. Please vote for me.
Thank you. Karim Khurshid, please give your closing statement.
Hi, thank you so much, everyone. Everyone has so many good ideas. I wish all the best to everyone. I am not very experienced in this field. However, given me in financial services for the last 15 years, as well as now being a professor at Baruch, and also have experience in a not-for-profit segment as well. My best interest, my best thought process would be to do the best for the children over here.
Thank you, Karim. Your time is up. Alvin Hung, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to participate in tonight's election and voicing my opinion and also my credentials into why I want to run for a seat for CEC. If I hope to earn your vote, and I hope to give back to the community and especially District 25, bringing my experience in both PTA and SLT, and I hope to earn your vote coming months. Thank you.
Thank you, Alvin. Bushra Rashid, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Hi, everyone. This is Bushra. I'm a public health nutritionist, and I moved to the US 10 years ago. I'm currently serving as the vice president of the PTA at my child's school, and I hope by being a CEC member, I can now work for all the children in the District 25. And vote for Bushra if you're looking for your child to shine in the education system. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bushra. Sylvia Adeli Botar, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Hi, Sylvia Adeli Botar. Thank you so much for this opportunity. When I became a mother, I did not only fall in love with my son, I fell in love with all the children. And I really would like to be a voice for these children. And if you vote for me, I will advocate for you and for your child as passionately and as earnestly as I would advocate for my own. So I thank you for this opportunity, and I hope you vote for me, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. Lisa Castillo, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
I would like to be voted in, hoping that I can make a lifelong change full of experiences and skills
in community outreaching, collaborating with different businesses to provide for you, your kids, all the free services that you can ever imagine. And to make a huge difference. I believe I'm the right person to lead the way. Thank you so much, everybody. Great meeting you. Thank you, Lisa. Monica Villases, please give your closing statement.
Please let me know when I can start. I'm now translating. She's saying, please let me know when I can start.
She can start now.
Puedo empezar ahorita. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It would be an honor to serve you as, por favor, hable más claro. No puedo escuchar. It would be an honor to serve you in this council. Yes, yes. My goal would be the love and the faith in this education.
I'm sorry, time is up. Thank you, Monica.
Okay.
Jessica Gutierrez, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement. Hold on 1 second. We're going to put the timer back on. Okay, go ahead. Please start. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I would like to let you know that everything I said was thinking about on children, help them, and everything I said is because I do care for children. And thank you for hearing me.
Thank you, Jessica. Frank Chow, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Hi, Alex. What's up?
Frank Chow?
He dropped off. I just promoted him as a panelist, so hopefully
Hello?
he'll be back in.
Sorry.
Okay. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
can you give us 30 seconds of a closing statement, please? Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Yes, I just want to say whoever elected for 2023-24, please try to reach out wherever you could to help the system, the whole district. If you could, even for the whole city, please, that's the main thing. So please don't limit it yourself in one area. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Rachel Baltodano, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Excuse me, I want to thank you for this opportunity to demonstrate my abilities as a good candidate for the CEC position. It's a wonderful group of candidates that are outstanding, so I would hope to be among one of the ones that you would vote for. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachel. Michelle Frederick, can you please unmute yourself and give your closing statement?
Yes, so I was a part of my school's PTA to help create change. I was a part of the SLT, President's Council, and the CEC to help create change. We are the voices for so many children and parents, and I know there's so much more that has to be done. And I would want nothing but to be a part of that change. Thank you, and I hope you vote for me.
Thank you, Michelle. Sung Un Lee, please unmute yourself and give your closing statement.
Thank you for this opportunity. I am heavily involved in community, especially by helping low-income parents with college planning and education for the students. Through my experience, I was able to interact and build strong education practices. With experiences and skills, I want to share my knowledge in education and emotional well-being for our community. It's really wonderful that we are all gathered here for our children's future, and I learn more from our fellow candidates. I truly believe that children are the light of our future, and I want to be the stepping stone for those who are in need, especially younger generations. It is my great
Thank you,
pleasure to be here.
Sungyoon. Your time
Thank
is
you.
up.
Good luck,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye.
Veronica Mills, can you please unmute yourself and give your closing statement?
I'm grateful to have this opportunity to have listened to all of the candidates. I think whoever is voted for to join the CEC would do a great job. All of the ideas seem welcoming. And as for me, I do want to be a part, so I do. I want you to consider that there is a need for multiple backgrounds. In my background, I have the fortunate opportunity to have a less successful background.
Thank you, Veronica. Your time is up.
Not the best.
Cecilia, do you have any other statements you would like to give on behalf of any of the candidates that couldn't be here tonight?
No, Frances, you can go ahead.
Okay, so thank you all for attending tonight's candidate forum. Our thanks to the candidates for their participation and to our families for coming out to learn more. Be sure to share your notes with your family and fellow parents, and of course, don't forget to vote. I want to thank Carlos Franco, Angela Lamb for being moderators with myself tonight, our superintendent and our family leadership coordinator, Esther Maludo, for being here tonight and always supporting our community. Thank you, Cecilia, and to the elections team for coordinating logistics for tonight's forum. Cecilia, will you close us out?
Sure, Francis. Thank you, everyone. You did amazing. Thank you for being involved, for showing up, and for all your ideas. Remember, voting begins April 21st and runs through May 9th of 2023, and the results will be announced in June. Remember, you will need your NYC schools account, your NICSA account, with your children's link to be able to vote. If you need assistance, please contact your school, your parent coordinator at your school, if you need help with NICSA. And please contact us, the elections team, at elections2023@schools@nyc.gov if you have any questions. We're here to answer any questions that you have. Good luck to all the candidates. Thank you again. Thank you, Francis, Carlos, and Angela for the amazing forum. And thank you all the candidates. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Arbiters, learning times.
Good night.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.